My BF broke up with me because he lost feelings. This happened out of the blue. I never thought the worst day of my life would lead me to the best friendship I've ever known. I was 32 when it happened. 10 years with the man I thought I'd marry. We'd built something steady, lazy weekends, shared playlists, talks about the future that felt as real as the ring I'd started dreaming about. Then, out of nowhere, he sat me down and said he'd lost feelings. Just like that. No fight, no warning. One day he was my person, the next he was gone. The breakup blindsided me so completely that for weeks I couldn't breathe right. I deleted our photos, our chats, every trace of us. I cried until my eyes swelled shut. I replayed every moment searching for the crack I'd missed. How could someone who once looked at me like I was home wake up one day and decide I was just temporary? I posted here because I had nowhere else to go. The responses poured in, kind, harsh, honest. One message stood out. A girl from Italy. She wasn't offering empty "you'll be okay" platitudes. She was living my exact timeline, feeling my exact flavor of pain. Across a 7-hour time difference and 10,000 kilometers, we started talking. At first it was survival. Did you eat today? Have you slept? I cried in the grocery store again. We checked in on each other like lifelines. Then the messages changed. We moved from "how do I stop missing them" to "look at this sunset I saw today, listen to this song that made me think of you, and eventually I think I'm going to be okay." We healed through our screens. Two strangers on opposite sides of the globe, tethered together by a shared ache that no one else quite understood. She became the person I told things I couldn't tell anyone else. The one who knew exactly how it felt when the person who swore they couldn't live without you simply did. When I finally decided to reclaim my life and planned a solo trip to Europe, she was my biggest cheerleader. "Come to Rome," she said. "I'll drive 4 hours to meet you. We've cried together for months. Let's laugh together for once." I was nervous. What if it was awkward? What if the Reddit friendship didn't translate to real life? What if the version of me she knew online was braver than the version standing in an airport with a suitcase and a broken heart? But she drove 4 hours just to see me. When we finally stood face to face in the Roman Forum, there was no awkward getting to know you phase. There was just this overwhelming sense of familiarity. Like we'd been friends our entire lives, and the internet had only been the bridge we crossed to find each other. We hit the streets of Rome like we'd been exploring together for years. We laughed until our stomachs hurt. We walked until our feet ached. We stood in front of ancient monuments that suddenly felt small compared to the journey we'd taken to get here. We ate gelato at midnight. We got lost in tiny alleys and didn't care. We talked about the men who broke us, the futures we thought we'd lost, and the versions of ourselves we were slowly becoming. At one point, we stopped in front of the Colosseum at dusk. The sky was that perfect bruised purple, the kind that makes everything feel cinematic. He looked at me and said, "If you had asked me a year ago if I'd trade that relationship for this friendship, I would have said no." I smiled through tears. Same. We both agreed we'd choose the breakup every single time, because the worst thing that ever happened to us, the thing that shattered us so completely we thought we'd never recover, turned out to be the price of admission for this friendship, for the person who would understand every tear, every doubt, every small victory on the other side. To anyone lurking here tonight, feeling like you're shouting into a void, your life is so much bigger than the person who left you. There are people you haven't met yet who are going to love you in ways you can't imagine. There are cities you haven't seen yet that will feel like home. There are friendships waiting for you that will heal parts of you the ex never even touched. Hold on, it gets so much better. Sometimes the person who helps you heal is the one who was hurting in the exact same way, on the exact same night, half a world away. I never thought I'd be grateful for the breakup, but I am, because it led me here, to her, to Rome at dusk, to the kind of friendship that feels like coming home after the longest, hardest journey, and to the quiet, powerful truth that sometimes the universe breaks your heart wide open just so the right people can finally walk in.